I'm having a problem finding a church. There's a lot of them around. I went to one. And, well, the people were very sweet. But the preacher only had a high school education. I'm not saying that's bad. But in this case it was. Because turns out his father was pretty much running the show. That's not a good situation. And I really didn't have a lot in common with the people there. They were very nice and very sweet. Invited me to eat. You know, they were wonderful. But I just didn't, the vibe wasn't there. You know what I'm saying. I like to have somebody better educated than me teaching me. At least in that field. And it turns out, when I checked, you know, you don't want your students checking your work. The boy was wrong, so. Anyway, I was invited to a different church. So I went. And this church was very big. Had a huge stage, lots of people coming and going. A couple services a day, evenings, you name it. And I thought, well, you know, a lot of people I could meet, so that's good. So I went in. Big band up there, and they're doing their guitars and their drums and stuff, and it was quiet, you know, it wasn't like ear splitting like I've seen before. But it was okay. And they sang great songs, and it was good. And they didn't do it like for an hour like the first church, sing songs. That's not my interest is doing sing songs. I like having a nice song. That's lovely. It's pretty, and you hear all the voices, and it's wonderful. However, not for the first hour. That was the first church. This one they did it right. I mean, it was nice, and they, you know, passed the plate, yada yada. Again, fine. I believe in tithing. And so the sermon was good. It was about giving and tithing. I said, all right, that's good. You know, he believes. Okay. Well, then he says, you know, that was that one. As everybody was trouncing out of the building, and I mean, in a shot, getting out of the building, going home. After thinking about this, I never saw the preacher. I have yet to have a preacher greet me at the door and say, "Glad you could come." That I find a little bit disheartening, to say the least. So I did it online. I checked into some other sermons. This is a good speaker, very good speaker. And he, you know, like I was watching him online. And he said, again, about giving. So I watched another one, and it was about giving. Now, this is considered a mega church. Oh, well, people are giving, there's no doubt about that. Then he talked about going off on vacation to Florida with his family. Okay, going on vacation, that's cool, I get it. I watched again today, actually, a sermon. The first one was good, it was on Ruth, it was wonderful. He did a great job of it. The next one was, he did a little bit on Ruth, you know, kind of catching us up for whoever missed it. And talked about his trip to Europe last week. Now you have to understand, other than on this big stage, I never see this preacher. Not ever. It makes me feel like he's a rock star, not a preacher. Now he's jetting off to Europe and he's jetting down to Florida for vacation. He's doing a lot of stuff. And all I can think is, no, I'm not here so you can go jetting around the world on my dime. And one of his comments in the sermon back when I went was that you give to the church no matter whether you believe in that church or not, or like the preacher, because, excuse me, whether you like the preacher, because it's, you know, it's good to tithe, because, you know, you don't like that preacher, but guess what? That preacher may not like you. This is not right. This is not what I want to hear. This is not. He's a wonderful orator, but he needs to be off the stage. Losing the church would be, I mean, it would be devastating for he and his family, because I don't think they could survive any other way. It's not good. I just, you know, he talks about his trips, and I'm looking around at this group. Now, this is Northwest Georgia is not known for big money, okay? That's just the case. It is not known for big money. And here he's jetting all over the world doing stuff. I'm thinking, check your parishioners, baby. You can't just go zip-tanging off like that unless you're making a ton of money and the church is paying a ton of money, not only for you, your insurance, your family, and your trips. No, babe. That's not going to work. It doesn't work for me. I have yet to find another church. Well, there's a ton of them. I just got such a bad taste in my mouth over this that it makes you gun shy, you know, so to speak. So, I am church searching. And in the meantime, I hold my prayer meetings at home. To wonder, watching my clothes get flat rather than wrinkled. And I'm healthy enough to do what I do only by the grace of God. It certainly wasn't anything I did. Wow.